Today we are going to be going over the PTB that just went live, and one major change that is going to be incredibly beneficial to all of you new players out there. We have had a reworked tutorial. Hey there guys, my name's EarthToLydia and welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. So for anybody that's been playing the game for a while, you'll know that we basically had the same tutorial all the way along, which is now a bit outdated. So that is what we are going to be going over today. If you want to see the updated tutorial, then just keep watching. Okay, so first of all, based off of the anniversary stream, they did say that the Resident Evil chapter will be going live on June the 15th. And based off of that and the fact that this tutorial has gone live in the same PTB, we can presume that the tutorial changes will also be happening then. And so now this is what the new tutorial menu looks like. As you can see, we have several categories. So first of all, you have the Survivor tutorial. So first of all, you have to take the Survivor tutorial by the looks of things. The Killer tutorial is locked until you complete the Survivor tutorial. Then after this, you can go on to Survive with bots and Kill the bots. Now this is something that's been in the mobile version of the game for a while. There are AI characters that you can actually practice with before going into public games. And then after that, we get a completion reward, which at the minute is unknown to me. Also, in addition to this, as you can see from completing each of the tutorials, you get 50,000 blood points as like a little extra incentive. So let's get on to the Survivor tutorial. Okay, so welcome to the Fog. Dead by Daylight is an asymmetric game that is played in trials between up to 4 survivors and 1 murderous killer. As a survivor, your main objective is to escape the trial and live another day. So this is fairly standard. The objective is just to repair the generator. That's very similar to the tutorial that we have right now. Escaping the trial, notice the objective information at the lower left of the screen. With the final generator complete, the switch is powered and the exit gate can be opened. In most matches, there will be a total of 5 generators to complete. Skill checks. Certain actions may occasionally produce a skill check. Escape a trial alive while repairing a combination of teamwork and competence. Failing to time skill checks consistently may make survival more challenging. So again, we just have to repair the generator, but this time it's going to be half full when we get over to it. And then as you can see, a skill check will just appear. Don't be disheartened if it takes you a few attempts to get used to these. I'm sure most of us, when we started the game, we all failed the skill checks at first. Some of us still do. The Killer. Your survival in the trial may be hindered by a murderous killer whose only goal is to sacrifice as many survivors as possible. Use every resource available to avoid being in the presence of the killer. Listen out for the terror radius or heartbeat. It may help you recognize when the killer is nearby. Okay, so as you can hear, this is the terror radius when very close to the killer. This is a bot. And then as we run away from him, the terror radius will gradually fade out. Stealth. Stealth is usually the best way to keep from alerting the killer to your presence. Crouch down and move quietly to stay hidden from the killer. Scratch marks and wildlife. Running through the environment will create scratch marks and may alarm wildlife, alerting the killer to your location. Rushed actions. Rushed actions create loud noises and may signal your location to the killer. Try interacting with vaults and lockers at a slower speed to reduce the amount of noise that you produce. The basement. The stairs lead to the basement. It may be Unfortunately, the basement is also a highly dangerous place for a survivor to be caught. So this is all basically the same as the last tutorial so far. If you're hooked by the killer, your options are limited. You can risk escaping the hook yourself. However, each failed attempt will reduce your health and speed up the sacrificial process. And now we're going to have a survivor come down to help us. They've also updated the tutorial with the new struggle mechanic as well. So as you can see, it's skill checks, whereas before it was just regular struggling. In an injured state, survivors make more noise and leave patches of blood that the killer can follow to uncover your location. While injured, you are also much more vulnerable to the killer's attacks. One more hit will put you in the dying state. Find a way to recover from your injuries. So this is when we've got to go over to the chest. Now we can use this medkit to try and heal ourselves. This does seem like it's the old medkits though. Like half a brown medkit, just a note, will not get you fully healed anymore. A brown medkit will do 1 full heal at all charges. Okay, so as we can see, the trapper has just got our teammate over there. Rescuing survivors. Another survivor has been caught and hooked. Rescue the survivor while the killer is away. Healing others. Though the survivor is no longer in immediate danger, they are injured and require attention. Survivors may heal each other without the use of special items, however, first aid kits can also speed up the process. As a survivor, teamwork is crucial to your success in a trial. Working with others helps speed up generator repairs and healing wounded teammates. So here we go, we work together. It actually doesn't speed up that much anymore. I'm glad that they've updated the tutorial to show that extra people working on a gen together does actually decrease your own personal repairing speed. So that's something else that should probably be noted. And then escaping the trial, notice the objective information on the lower left of the screen. With the final generator complete, the switch is powered and the exit gate can be opened. In most matches, there will be a total of 5 generators to complete. Additionally, a hatch has appeared somewhere in the environment. The hatch will only open by itself when only one survivor remains in the trial. Which, it doesn't really reflect that in the tutorial, unfortunately, because obviously we've still got Megan here with us. But that's also the old animation as well. So that is the survivor aspect of the tutorial done. And now, as you can see, we've unlocked the killer tutorial and we've been awarded 50,000 build points. So here we have the same message that we just got at the start of the last one. So slashing. Killers may injure or down survivors with a well-timed blow from their primary weapon. Try not to miss, as it may give them the brief moment they need to escape from your grasp. So here we go. All I need to do is hook her. And thankfully, she's gone into a trap right in front of our hook. When a survivor has been stuck on the hook for an extended period of time, the entity is summoned forth, forcing them to struggle for their life. Hooking a survivor twice will force them into the struggle state immediately or sacrifice them if they have already been in struggle state. Survivors that die on the hook are sacrificed to the entity and are eliminated from the trial. And if you're a pro gamer, you hit them on the hook. Normally, survivors can withstand 2 successful strikes, the first one injuring them and the second one downing them into the dying state. Once they are downed, they can be picked up and carried to a hook. But be careful, they will often try to wiggle out of your grasp. A lunge attack gives you a slightly longer reach to take down survivors from a short distance. Hold down the attack button to lunge. So find and hook this survivor. She's thankfully right at this pallet and she's gonna try and stun me. But heck no. Another thing as well, you can break the pallets. So you will get an AI survivor, thankfully. Killers have several means of tracking and locating survivors. Look out for scratch marks that survivors leave when they run. Injured and dying survivors also produce noises of pain and anguish and leave a trail of blood that may lead you directly to their location. So now we can see over there we've got a bunch of scratch marks and she's just running in circles, which is wonderful for me. And bam! There we go. And I can hook you now. So we're just gonna pick her up, take her over to this hook, and there we go. Damaging generators. The survivor's main objective is to complete repairs on generators, open an exit gate, and escape. As a killer, you can slow survivor progress by kicking partially repaired generators. This action slowly but continuously regresses that progress that survivors have made in repairing the generator. So now we can kick the gen. And we can see all of these guys over here. So we got Claude. We unfortunately can't grab her off the gen. So that is something that you can do, is if you, instead of lunging, just tap N1 when you're right behind a survivor. If they're still working on the generator, then you can grab them off it. Oh! Notice the objective Okay, so Meg just got that generator done, which means that she's going to be heading over to the exit gate, but we can stop her right here. With a lunge, also, she tries it again. We could have grabbed her, but I don't believe that you can actually grab in the tutorial. Another thing as well that we haven't explored yet is obviously once the hatch spawns, now the killers are able to close it. So all you do is you go up to the hatch on the side where the lock is, and once you press space or whatever button you use to break generators or pallets, then you can close that hatch. Killer powers. Every killer has their own individual power to learn and master. Each killer has a different way to track and kill their prey. Try them all and experiment with different combinations of perks and add-ons. And that is the killer tutorial. And now, as you can see, we've unlocked not only 50,000 blood points, but both the survive with bots and the kill with bots tutorial. So I'm going to go over survive with bots first. So far, this is a fairly typical game. Okay, so now the trapper's going to be coming over to me. Let's try and loop this guy. Hey. There we go. Don't believe he set any traps yet, but I don't know, he could have spawned in with some. You could actually use this tutorial mode as well to practice your looping. Yep, okay, so there's an active trap there. So we do actually have some killer powers to contend with. I'm gonna go ahead, drop that on this boy again. Hopefully my teammates are gonna get the gens done. Oh, he didn't stop to break the pallet. Okay, that is actually what some killers will not do as well. Something else that you can do to help out your teammates, in particular against Trapper, I can disarm one of his traps. So hopefully none of my teammates will step into that. So right now I'm playing a game without any perks. Every character in the game has their own 3 teachable perks, which are unique to them until you unlock them in your blood web. However, you do also have non-teachable perks, which you can get just by leveling up the character. They will appear in the blood webs, and obviously they get stronger with the more that you tier them up. But for now, for this tutorial, we do not have any perks. There are so many perks in the game as well that it would take me forever to try and go over each of them, so that's something that you just need to look up in your own time or get used to as you're playing the game. So that's another generator done. I'm about to pop this one too, and then after that we're only gonna have 2 gens left. So I can see a generator over here as well. Another way that you can identify generators is by seeing these lights in the air. If it has a solid light on the top of it, then that means that it's already been fixed. If it doesn't, though, he just short lunged there. I could have potentially gotten another loop out of that pallet. But if you do not have a solid light on a gen, then it means that it can be worked on. So far this bot isn't that bad. I'm gonna assume, though, that it's not gonna mind game. Just holding W. Okay, it doesn't look like the bots lunge so far, though. I could be wrong, but it looks like they are just short swinging. You gonna catch up to me here? Nope, you're gonna get stuck on the end. Okay. Alright, so yeah, you could definitely practice looping in the tutorial. So, it depends really. But if the killers cannot lunge at you, the bot killers that is, then I think you might actually be really safe to just try and keep on learning loops. Keep on trying to run them and see how much you can get out of them. So all of my teammates have now left. Okay, he's gonna come straight after me. I'm pretty confident that I can run straight to a gate without him actually catching up to me. Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. Alright, so I can see over here that this exit gate is open. So I should be able to make this here. Yep, here we go. So we've now made it out and we have completed the survive with bots aspect. Alright, so that's another 50k blood points that we have obtained. Now let's kill the bots. Alright, so I'm on Ironworks again. First thing that I'm gonna do on this map is I am gonna kick this right down. And I'm also gonna set a trap just in the doorway here. I do actually have perks on, interestingly enough. Alright, so as you can see, we have some survivors over here. So what I can do is go after this Jake. Oh, he's trying to crouch as well. He's gonna throw that pallet. Yep. I'm actually gonna put that trap down and leave the pallet up and hope that he goes back over to it. Oh, hi there, Claudette. No, in fact, I'm gonna go after her instead. So she's gonna go straight to the shack pallet and throw it. Beautiful. You might see this at lower ranks. You wouldn't typically see it at higher ranks. And we also have the AI running straight into the corner. Love that. And I don't think I make it before the... I was going to say I don't think I make it before she gets to the pallet, but she threw it on the wrong side, so that's always good. Okay, and they are failing an awful lot of skill checks, so thankfully I know exactly what gen they're on. Hello there again. We've got a Jake and a Meg. I'm gonna go for the Meg because she has less space in between her and me, and she was running directly into a wall, so in that scenario it would be better for me to get her. Also, I think she's gonna... No, I thought she was gonna go for the unhook then. Interesting. She is looking behind her as well. Another thing that you'll see from survivors as they go on. They are fast vaulting everything as well by the looks of things. I do think we see a good mix between survivors crouching and running in the tutorial, which is really nice. Okay, I'm gonna down the Claudette, but I'm also gonna down the Jake. All right, here we go. He's crawling towards me. He wants to be hooked. What a helpful survivor. And if I make it back over here, Meg is actually trying to help up Claudette. We're gonna go ahead and put Claudette in the basement. If I had a trap on me, I could trap this. I could trap this. However, I'm not going to. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and force this Meg into vaulting that pallet if I can. Let's see. Yep, there we go. She goes straight into my trap. And I can grab her out of that. Wonderful. So, Dwight has just fully healed Jake. I can see the scratch marks on that tree over there as well, so I know exactly where they are. Because I don't think they've had enough time to get away from each other. I'm gonna go for the Dwight, though. Alright, Claudette is about to die, and Meg has died as well. I can probably... Oh, hello. Okay, Jake is still in the trap, as I can tell by his aura. I'm gonna go ahead and swing, just in case he had the opportunity. The more times that you attempt to escape the trap, the more likely it is that you will escape. So I'm gonna go ahead and lunge at him just to make sure that he doesn't free himself before I get over there. Now all we need to do is find Dwight, and there we go. We found him. I was gonna say I've trapped that pallet. See if we could get him to go into it, but we cannot. So as we can see from the hook states on the bottom left, I have 3 hook states that I have not gotten out of these survivors. That is because that was the Dwight's first hook. So he has 2 more hook states after the one that we've just put him on. And Jake had 1 more as well. And now that we've finished that, we've got 50,000 blood points, and the completion reward is... Let's see. Reward claimed. Okay, so it looks like presently there isn't a reward for completing the tutorial, but I'm sure that'll be added in due time. Anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this little rundown of the new tutorial and what it's gonna look like. Mostly looks the same for the individual portions, like just getting to grips with the survivor and the killer aspects. I hope that adding a little commentary helps out those of you new guys that are coming in with the Resident Evil DLC release, and let me know what you think about the survive with bots and kill the bots segments that have been added. Anyway, that is going to be all that I have for this one video. As always, my social medias are going to be linked in the description if you want to keep up with me elsewhere, and I want to thank you all so much for making it this far in. Take care, guys.